So I just want to give a quick update on how things are going with the Jeep. So I've had this Wrangler JK Unlimited for about 3 years. It's a 2014 model. So originally the Jeep bug bit me, I guess from watching YouTube videos really. I saw a bunch of videos of guys going through Moab, different trails. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. You know, not only did it look like fun, but just the whole idea of having a vehicle that, you know, you can change and modify and make unique and sort of tailor to your own personality. I think that really appealed to me. So that's something that got me interested in the Jeep in the first place. You know, there's such a big aftermarket available of all the different parts and accessories for the Jeeps. You can really make this vehicle whatever you want. So I think that really got me excited. Before that, you know, really, I was a pretty practical person as far as my vehicles are concerned. So family sedans, Japanese, you know, Mazdas of the world and that kind of thing. But I am really happy with my decision to sort of go out of my normal comfort zone and you know, get into Jeeping. It's been a ton of fun. Had really good success, and I'm really happy with the Jeep itself. You know, I've had no issues. Any serious issues to speak of. So essentially the Jeep is just the last 3 years has been doing the regular sort of preventative maintenance like oil change. So I guess the next thing is, what's the next modification of the Jeep? So I've done a couple little things that probably most Jeep owners probably at least consider at some point. So the first thing I did was change out the headlights to a JW Speaker J Series headlight. The nice thing with those is that there is no anti-flicker harness required. It's already built in. So it's just a plug and play really. Really nice install. A world of difference between the stock lights and the JW Speaker lights. It makes all the difference in the world, especially at night and especially when it's wet out or it's raining. So very, very happy with that. I have a video on how to aim those. I did have to aim them a little bit after I changed out from the factory lights, but that was pretty easy. Just to match things up in the front, I did also install the JW Speaker fog lights. I noticed after I had the headlights in that they gave off a white light, and then the fog lights would give out a stock fog lights would give off a sort of like a yellowish light. So just to get things matched up, I got the JW Speaker, I think 279 series, J series fog lights, and I'm really happy with them. They throw a lot of light as well. It really makes a difference driving at night. Also in the front, just to finish off sort of the meaner look of the Jeep, I did plastic dip the grille. Also have a video on that if you're interested in checking that out. There's some concern that maybe the plastic dip would flake or peel, but having it on for probably close to 6 months now, maybe 4 or 5 months, a lot of, you know, kilometers put on the Jeep, highway, you know, all sorts of driving. Yeah, it's perfect. So I'll throw in a little clip here about just giving you a close-up of what the grill looks like now, just so you can see for yourself. But again, easy little mod. I think makes the Jeep look cooler, and so far so good. No issues. The final thing I've done on the front of the Jeep is just install a U-bolt hood locking mechanism. It's a pretty simple install as well. You just need a manual riveter. So that bolt hood lock is amazing. The best part about it really is that it learns your Jeep key, right? So there's, I guess, a process by where you insert your key initially and you mold it, and then the lock remembers your key. So that means that you don't have to have a spare key or an extra key. You just use your regular, you know, vehicle key to unlock or lock the hood, which is nice to have, right? It gives you a little bit of peace of mind, I think. You know, you go somewhere, you park your Jeep, and you come back, and you can be reasonably certain that all your goodies on your hood are still there. Nobody's run off of your battery or, you know, uninstalled your lights or something like that. So really happy with that as well. And too, if you go to a shop, even for, I don't know, like an oil change or something, you just give them the vehicle key and just let them know you have a lock on the hood. So that's pretty cool. And if you got a lifted Jeep too, I've heard stories where the hood flutters. So again, an extra thing to keep the hood in place as opposed to having it fly over on top of your windshield. So definitely a cool little mod there. On the back, just finishing the lights, I also installed the JW speaker tail lights just to finish off the LED look. They now do have turn signals for the front that are LED, and you can get them smoked, white, or orange, or amber, I guess. So let's see, I'm not sure if I'll do that. I've got the, I guess the white lenses from the factory, and I think they look pretty alright. They fit the look of the Jeep the way it is right now, so I'm not sure if I'll do that. My next really thing that I want to do is, of course, tires. That's kind of the big upgrade that, you know, when you watch those YouTube videos, the guys in Moab, you know, they've got 40-inch tires, and definitely Jeeps look pretty amazing. I'm not sure if that's really practical for me to do. I'll really need it. The problem for me really is with the bigger tires that, unfortunately, there isn't a lot of hardcore off-roading that you can do where I live. Most of the off-roading that's available you can probably do with, I would say, almost a stock tire, maybe a little bit bigger. But that's something I want to definitely look at next. So that's my next challenge as far as making a decision. One thing to consider for me too is winter driving. So I live obviously in southern Ontario, so we do get a fair bit of snow and ice in winter in general. So initially I wanted to, mud terrain tires, probably a 35, and I was really interested in the Toyo tires, the mud terrains that they have. You know, a really nice look, aggressive, fat mean old tire. So that's the only thing. I'm not really sure how they would perform in the winter. Obviously, the Jeep came with mud terrains, and if you're driving in too high and it's slippery out there and snowy, they don't have the best grip or best performance in the snow. Once you throw it in 4 high or 4 low, depending on how much snow there is, the Jeep can pretty much go through it for anything. But so anyway, I'm considering all-terrain tires now as well. So BF Goodrich makes, I believe, KM2s. So that's something that's on my radar. So I'm wondering what other folks do that that drive the Jeep in the winter time. I'm thinking 35s. Might need a little bit of a lift there, 2.5 inches perhaps. So once you get into that, I don't know. It's 2017 right now, November. So the SEMA, 2017 SEMA, they announced, or Jeep announced, or at least they unveiled a couple pictures of the new JL. There's a picture of a Sahara model and 2 pictures of a 2-door Rubicon. So that'd be, could be potentially another option, is instead of doing the lift on this Jeep, the JK, should I consider going for the JL and trading this guy in or selling it? I don't know. What is everybody else thinking out there? I know that JL is going to have some different engine options, which is kind of exciting. It's going to have a 4-cylinder. It's going to have the Pentastar, which I think is going to get a little bit of an upgrade or some changes to it to probably give it a little bit more power, make it a little more efficient. And also there are some rumblings about a possible diesel engine later on. So that sounds pretty cool as well. So that would be, I guess, the other option. Instead of doing the lift on this one and investing a whole pile of money in lift, tires, rims, should I just trade it in for JL? So I guess those are all my kind of things to consider. It's kind of nice to have these problems, I guess, if you can think of them in terms of problems and having to make decisions. Anyway, it's getting pretty crappy here and pretty dark, so I think we'll call it quits for today, and we'll see you next time.